Hey there, and welcome to another one of our at-home training videos. In this video, we're going to be looking at the on-guard position. Just before I get into that, a reminder: full details and health and safety information can be found in the description of this video, so do have a look before taking part in anything that I run through here. So, the on-guard position is probably the first thing that any of us learn as fencers, because it is fundamental to our fencing. So that's why during this time of isolation, it's a handy thing that you can practice at home very easily, and if you get your on-guard position better now, then your fencing when we're able to return will get much better as well. So we're mainly going to focus on the arm positioning in our on-guard position, but just to run through the basics of it as well, so you can try and make sure everything is right from the beginning. And if you're with someone else, if you're a junior member and you have your parents, get them to have a watch as well, and they can try and correct anything that you're going wrong or stuff that you might not be noticing. So in your on guard position, you want to have your feet about shoulder width apart. So your feet shoulder width apart, you'll turn your front foot to face your opponent. So your feet form a reverse L shape or an L shape if you're left-handed, keeping your heels in line with each other. Then you want to have your knees nice and bent and keeping the body upright. You don't want to be leaning into your opponent or leaning back. Keeping the body nice and upright, bending straight down. And then your arm, now this part will start to depend on the weapons, but the general on guard position is that you want your arm fist distance from your torso, bent at a 90-degree angle, keeping a nice straight line, and this is the important part, nice straight line, shoulder, elbow, wrist, and then it continues down the blade. So this is your general fencing on guard position. With your rear hand, you want to keep it away from your body, particularly if you're a foilist and a sabreur, because you can be covering your target. So just keeping it out to the side, where it's not going to be covering your torso, is the best start to do. Even if you're an amphibious and you can't cover target, this hand won't have any protection, so don't cover your body with your hand when you're fencing at all, regardless of if you get clubfoot or not. So the on-guard position is probably one of the things us as coaches will spend a lot of time correcting and working on, especially as you start to fence. If you notice any time we do an individual lesson with you, the first thing we will generally correct if we need to is your on-guard position, especially the positioning of your arm. And what a lot of fencers are guilty of doing is letting their arm drift. And by that, I mean from their on-guard position, their arm drifts inwards. Now, whilst that might not seem that much of an issue, it makes it a lot harder for you as a fencer. Because now, I have to worry about an attack coming not only onto my main target side, but they can attack me down on this side as well. So attacks should come on the left or the right of my blade. But if I have a strong on guard position, and against a straightforward attack, ignoring any angulation or anything, the attacks can now only come on my left hand side. Any attacks that would come straight from my right hand side are no worry to me, because they're not going to be attacking me, they're not going to be threatening me. So this exercise is going to be focusing on you maintaining this strong on guard position and not drifting in, exposing both sides to attack. So as I said, the way that you hold the weapons changes on each weapon. So in the foil, your on guard position is going to have that nice fist distance from your chest, arm bent at a right angle, blade nice and straight, and you're going to aim your point towards your opponent's eye level. The reason we aim our point towards our opponent's eye level is as we extend our arm, our point then drops down to the chest. If we were aiming at the chest to start with and we extend our arm, our point can drop down too low and hit a tug on the leg. So we aim at the eyes in foil, but making sure we keep this nice straight shoulder, elbow, wrist, blade line. In épée, you want to start aiming, depending on your style, you'll want to start aiming for the closest part of your opponent. Now that is not going to be their chest, but in this case it is their arm and their wrist. So in your on guard position, you're still going to keep a fist distance from the chest, nice 90-degree bend in your arm. But generally I would advise that you're aiming towards close to the target area, which is going to be the wrist of your opponent, and something that's going to be coming towards you as they try and attack you. The key thing in epee, I'll just get closer to the camera for this, is that you do not try and expose, you can see my fencing glove here, but you don't expose any wrists as you're doing it. So don't have your guard too high in the foil and expose yourself to attack on the wrist. Keep it nice and protected behind the guard of your epee. That's why the epee guards are so big. Protect your hand and your forearm. Moving into sabre. Slightly different on guard position once again. This time from our normal on guard position, we're now going to have our arm a little bit closer to our chest, making sure that our wrist doesn't get too far forward so it can be exposed to counter attacks as we step in. And we're going to have our blade now going across our body. Slight angulation, so any attacks that go into it will be taken straight to our guard. So yeah, blade pointing upwards, and this is the offensive-defensive position of sabre. So I'm in a semi-defensive position of TS. I'm not in a full TS here, and also I'm very easy to attack my opponent from this position. Once again though, in all three weapons, we have shoulder, elbow, wrist, and then blade continuing in a nice straight line. We are not letting our weapon drift in. So what we're going to do as the exercise, you're going to adopt your on guard position, and in front of you, try to either have a camera or a laptop like I've got here that's recording what I'm doing, or you can do this in front of a mirror. Do just make sure you've got enough space and you're not going to hit the thing that you're watching yourself. And all I'm going to do is take footwork steps for 5 to 10 seconds. So you can take your choice of stepping forward, stepping back. Every time you step, try and make sure you're doing some nice, neat footwork, which isn't the focus of this exercise, but it's still good. Get the practice in that you're making sure your steps are nice and controlled. And at the end of those 5 to 10 seconds of footwork, look at where your guard position is. So, the important thing you want to be watching out for is if as you're stepping, your guard is moving backwards and forwards, that's something you need to work on. In the next 5 to 10 seconds, repeat that exercise, but really focus on maintaining this guard position. Don't let it drift, because anytime it drifts, you expose yourself to attack from both sides. So always make sure this arm is in the right position. If you don't have a laptop, you can set up. If you don't have a mirror that gives you enough space to do these exercises, you can just have a partner, so either an adult or someone else, who can just tell you when your arm's drifting. It might not look like much to you, but when you see it in a camera or a reflection, just a small amount of drift really starts to open up your target area. And with that, that's the end of this very short but very simple training exercise.